Now you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. Let's see. So where are you, Shahid? How is it going?
It's not still starts. I'll join from tomorrow. Perhaps not.
Hmm. Just a second.
And here I don't know what I next week. I didn't join yet. That's why I joined the class today. And
Hmm.
you know the schedules. When I'll go to duty and well, I'll be here. Even if I had, I didn't have to speak.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Hmm. Hmm.
What's that?
Uh, so just a second. Hey, Pankuri.
Have you tried the mishti dahi?
Right, what, beta?
Mishti dahi?
Oh, your Misty Doi was very sweet and very tasty. Sometimes Misty Doi is not very sweet, like it has a little bit of acidic taste, when it is old, not very
Yeah,
fresh. It was
yeah.
fresh. Everybody loved it.
I'm glad you liked it.
And okay, where do we start? Give me a second. We still have the same page. We didn't do much on, I mean, in the main book, we did talk a lot about English and we studied some really important things. Uh, if you guys notice, there is a question in the group from Zaf, uh, your classmate who is absent, Rizvi.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, good afternoon. Expecting Vishwajit, you're not on camera. Yes, you are. Shahid. Okay, there you go. So, adjectives. Give me a second. Hey, hello Yasmin ji, how are you doing? Adjectives and nouns that go together. Guys, you see, all adjectives, hello. Uh, we shouldn't assume that all adjectives can describe all nouns. Okay. Now this, you will say, sir, we know that all adjectives can't describe all nouns because adjectives have a meaning. If the meanings, matches the, suits the context, then only we can use the adjectives with the nouns. But that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, let's understand. The word tall and long express very similar ideas. And that's why sometimes, and high, by the way, okay? High and tall certainly express very similar idea. Maybe long is slightly different, but high and tall express very similar ideas. So which adjectives and which nouns go together, that is something you learn with time, with exposure. Okay, it's not that somebody will tell you the meaning of an adjective and you will become confident of the use of that adjective every time. You may sometimes use that adjective the wrong way. Why? because you won't know what that adjective actually goes with, what kind of noun. Let's take an example. You have mountains, very, very high mountains, but you don't say very high men, we say very tall men. Okay. Buildings, we say tall buildings. Okay. Tall trees, but we say high mountains. What are we talking about? Are we not talking about the same idea when we say high mountains and tall trees? So adjectives and nouns that go together. Understand? All adjectives don't go with all nouns. So when you observe, when you learn an adjective, learn what kind of noun it describes. Okay? And don't experiment until you feel confident about it. And to feel confident, you need some reasons. Okay? Some previous exposure. Let's see. Wavy hair, stylish clothes, delicious meals. Work with a partner. Match an adjective and a noun. Sometimes more than one is possible. So here we have some adjectives. Here we have some nouns. We are going to make combinations. So with the word cozy, what do we get? A
Cozy
cozy,
cottage.
a cozy cottage and a cozy room. Now, cozy gives you the feeling of a place where you feel comfortable, right?
Yes.
Hmm. A cozy room, a cozy cottage. Cloudy,
Cloudy
Cloudy
sky.
sky.
cloudy sky. Right. Let's go with thrilling, thrilling.
Thrilling match.
Uh, okay,
Thrilling
but
jaw.
what I'm saying, I want you to, I want you to be careful that when you say thrilling match, you should understand it is incorrect in English. You must say a thrilling match. It's impossible to say thrilling match. Match is a singular countable noun. So yes, we see thrilling and match here, but our sense of English should tell us that it should be a thrilling match, not thrilling match. It should never come out of your mouth, thrilling match. Understand? Because it just doesn't exist in English. There must be a determiner before thrilling match. There must be one. Got it? What's funny, Rafankri?
Nothing, sir.
Please share.
I just saw Simran and she laughed at me. I laughed
Ah,
back.
I see. Yeah, your friend is here. Friends reunited, huh?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Sunita.
Good
So,
afternoon, sir.
hey, Simran. So, next is a stunning. Which noun goes with it?
Stunning
Stunning views.
views.
Stunning views.
Stunning views. Very good. Fresh.
Fresh
Fresh
vegetables.
vegetables.
Fresh vegetables. Did I tell you that this E is silent after G?
Vegetables. Yeah.
This E is silent after G, okay? So it is vegetables.
Vegetables.
Vegetables, okay? Fresh vegetables. Next, we have crowded.
Crowded
Crowded room.
city.
A
Again, don't
crowded
say that.
room.
Say a crowded
Crowded
city.
Crowded
city.
room.
A
A crowded
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 city.
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 Never say crowded city. You will never, ever use crowded city. You will always have to say a crowded city or crowded cities. Okay, sometimes article the can be needed, but only crowded city is not possible in English. Okay, next, cosmopolitan.
A cosmopolitan city.
Cosmopolitan. A
A
cosmopolitan
cosmopolitan
city.
city, right. A cosmopolitan city, very good. A cosmopolitan city is a city where there are people from different nationalities. For example, Tokyo is very cosmopolitan. New York is very cosmopolitan. London is a cosmopolitan city. Mumbai in India, I think, is more cosmopolitan than any other city in India, I think. Challenging.
A challenging job.
A challenging job.
Challenging.
Right.
Challenging job.
A challenging job. Right. Okay. Latest.
Latest job.
Fashion.
Latest fashion.
Latest fashions. And this time it's fine because fashions is plural. So we can say latest fashions. Next. Mature.
A mature garden.
A mature garden.
A mature garden, right?
Mature relative.
A mature garden.
Mature.
Okay. Next.
Spicy food.
Spicy food. Food is uncountable. So
Spicy
spicy food is correct. We don't need A here, okay? This is what can be tricky, no? Sometimes it's we fail to recognize whether a noun is countable, uncountable, and we just feel comfortable using them without an article A. But English is tricky with its articles. Okay. Next we have close.
Close
Close
relative.
relative.
Aha. And notice because we are reading an adjective, so it is not close, it is close. Close with sa, with not the,
Close.
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 Okay, so close relatives, a close relative, okay? Close relatives, a close relative.
Close.
Okay. So
Come again.
close and verb close have two different pronunciations.
Yes, the verb is pronounced close with the, but the adjective is pronounced with sa, close.
Close. Close.
And if you noticed, crowded could go with the city and room as well, no? A crowded room. And I mean, in some cases, a crowded garden. Okay, possible?
Absolutely.
Right. All right. Fine. Anything else? Is there any other possibility? I guess not. Okay, fine. Move on. Now we are going to understand the idea of compound adjectives, multi-word adjectives. So far, we have learned one-word adjectives like cozy, fresh, latest, cloudy, crowded. These are one-word adjectives. But now we are going to talk about compound adjectives. Compound nouns are multi-word nouns. They are nouns, but they are not just one word, right? For example, a computer table, it is called a compound noun. So we are now talking about compound adjectives. It means we will have adjectives, but there will be more than just one word. Okay, take a look. Good looking and hardworking are compound adjectives, multi-word adjectives. In English, there are multi-word adjectives. Find more, 4 more in the adverbs in one. So can you find 4 more multi-word adjectives, compound adjectives?
Yes. Old fashioned.
Well-dressed,
well-dressed.
well-dressed,
Well-dressed. Much loved.
much
Much
loved, a much
Second
loved
hand.
three-wheeler.
Second-hand. Car.
Second-hand,
Second-hand.
old-fashioned,
Old-fashioned.
old-fashioned. Okay. So these are, compound adjectives. I hope you understand what they are, multi-word adjectives. Now, can we make more with the words in A and the words in B? Can we make more compound adjectives?
Well-behaved.
Well-behaved,
Well-made.
behaved, well-behaved and
Well-made.
well-made. Okay. Let's move on.
Brand new.
Brand new. Okay.
Brand new.
No. Middle-aged.
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 Full.
Full-time.
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 Bad.
Bad
Bad
time.
behaved.
Bad behaved and
Bad tempered.
Bad-tempered as well.
Bad-tempered.
Bad behaved and bad-tempered, both are fine. And
Bad
home,
time.
Homesick.
homesick, and
Homemade.
homemade. Okay. Well, I think well-tempered is also an adjective. Okay. And the opposite is ill-tempered. Okay. Bad-tempered and ill-tempered. These are synonyms. So we have some compound nouns. Now again, what we do, we introduce the ideas, give examples, and expect you guys to do reading, which we are gonna do. And next time, please learn and notice. Okay. What about a job? Can you use a compound adjective to describe a job?
Well-paid job.
Right. And if you're not paid well, then how will you describe that job? An underpaid job. And
Underpaid.
it means you're not, yeah, not well paid. Okay.
Underpaid.
Okay. And can you think of another adjective that can describe, compound adjective that can describe a job? Overworked. However, we do not say an overworked job. We say, I am overworked. I am overworked. So it describes the employee rather than the job. Like, Sunita, are you overworked? And what does it mean? Somebody who works longer than normal, overworked. Okay. They feel tired at work because they're overworked. Okay.
So can we say burnout job?
But burnout is a noun in itself. It means a condition where you do not have any energy left. So I don't think it is a noun. It is an adjective. Okay, burnout is a noun and it is a phrasal verb, of course. Number
Sir,
4.
what is the word for thaka dene wala
So what
job?
happens? What happens, my dear Pankhuri? Hold on to your question and thought, Sumit. Pankhuri, what happened? That you hear the word, okay? You guess the meaning as well. But because of lack of analytical ability of the grammar, you don't realize how that word is being used. You just remember the feeling it gives, right? And because of that, you will use that word in the wrong way, but you catch the feeling, you know. I understand why you said burnout job, because burnout gives that feeling, you know. It is a condition, it is a situation where a state where somebody has no energy left. Okay. So think you got the meaning right. But what about the grammar part? If you do not understand and appreciate the part of a speech of a word, then you are not going to be able to use it correctly. So next time when you notice something, other than the meaning, also notice how the word is being used. As a noun, as an adjective, or as a verb. Basically these three, okay? Yes, Sumit, your turn.
Sir, so I was asking a word for a job which is exhausting, which exhausts you all your energy.
See, I was talking about this. Just a second. There are lots of adjectives, by the way, Sumit. Relentless, you know, never-ending, tiring. There can be exhausting. There can be,
Is an easy one.
yeah. But again, extreme tiredness. Burnout is a noun. See, it's a noun. Extreme tiredness, mental, physical illness caused by working too hard, trying to do too much. So it is a noun. And if you notice, look at the examples. The teachers were exhausted and experiencing burnout. They take a 1-week break every 6 weeks to prevent burnout, to prevent that situation where they feel totally tired. Volunteers are working so many hours that they risk burnout. They're working so many hours that they risk burnout, that they will be mentally and physically ill. They will not be able to do the job any further. If there is no Sunday, by the way, then I think I will surely experience a burnout at the end of 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
If there is no Sunday, because the Sunday really helps me, you know. Um, I'm okay with this 2 hour thing, means for you guys, don't feel guilty like, oh, sir, we are making you work on Sunday. No, nothing like that. Okay. I relaxed the whole day since morning. She was advised to rest amid fears that she's suffering burnout. She's suffering burnout. It's a noun.
Burnout.
Yeah. Okay. And where do we go? Now, can you think of some opposite adjectives? Think of an opposite adjective. So when we say middle-aged, when we say middle-aged, what were we saying? Not young anymore, right? Okay. All right. And badly behaved. So we can say well-behaved, badly
Well behaved.
behaved, well-tempered, ill-tempered, brand new, second-hand, right?
Second hand, yeah.
Homemade, store-bought, store-bought. If you're talking
Store-bought.
about food, store-bought, it means you
Store-bought.
did not make it at home, right? Store-bought.
Very sick.
All right. Homesick, you know.
Mm.
Next, let's make some more ed and ing adjectives. We know this: interesting, interested, tiring,
Yeah.
tired, thrilling, thrilled,
Thrilled.
charming, charmed. Okay, these are adjectives. We understand how they work. Interesting. The idea has already been introduced to you guys. Interesting jobs, an interesting conversation, something that will impact you. And when you are impacted, okay, you're tired because something tiring has impacted you. So you're tired. So V3, the third form of the verb, and the fourth form of the verb, both of them work as adjectives. So can you please do this exercise, complete the sentences here with either ed or ing adjectives? I'll give you guys a couple of minutes and then I'll check.
Send me the PDF. Now I can't get the book.
No problems. I will. He's Afri. The shop opens on Sunday as well.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Does it close on Friday?
Half time, sir.
Only half. Okay. I find having a massage is really
Relax.
Relax.
relaxing. Relaxing. Okay. ING adjective is
Yes.
needed.
Fine.
I find having a massage is really relaxing. Okay. Our holiday was,
Boring.
it rained a lot.
It rained a lot.
The journey
I was
was so
already.
tiring.
I was
I was
exhausted
I
when
was
finally
The
arrived.
journey was
exhausted
so
finally
when
tiring.
we
I
arrived.
was
finally
Exhausted.
arrived.
exhausted when
Exhausted.
we finally arrived.
Yeah, exhausted when we finally
I was
arrived.
just exhausted when we find.
And the interview went really badly. So
So
I
So I was
was,
I
shocked
was
to hear
thrilled to
that I
hear.
would got the job.
Disappointed.
the interview went really badly. So I was to hear that I'd
Shocked.
got the job. Surprised.
Yeah, surprised and
Here,
I
do we have the
was
word surprised? We don't
astonished.
have. We
no,
don't have the
we
word
have
surprised,
Astonished
right?
we have a
means
I
Mm.
was shocked.
Was
interview.
astonished to hear that I'd got the job.
The interview went really badly. So I was astonished to hear that I'd got the job. And astonished is like a stronger adjective than surprised. Okay. 5. The lesson was so that some students
boring.
fell
So
asleep.
boring.
So
So
The
boring.
boring.
lesson
It
The
was
was
lesson
so
so
was so
boring
boring.
boring that
that
some
some
students fell
students
asleep.
fell asleep.
Fell asleep.
6.
Yeah.
I was really at the price of a ticket for the match. It was so
I was really
expensive.
I was really
shocked at the
shocked
price of the
at the
ticket
price of
for
a
the match.
ticket for the
It
match.
was so expensive.
Have you
So
noticed,
Or
guys, that YouTubers do not say price?
yeah.
YouTubers do not, YouTubers, those YouTubers who make videos in Hindi, you know, they don't say price. Have you noticed that? All those people who make review videos, thank you. Those people who make review videos or they, give you opinion about products and all, whether it is a good product to buy, as per they use the word price, price, price. They don't say price.
And with
C
the
is not pronounced as Z, but they say
price.
price, price. And I don't understand why. A lot of them. I think it is something that, they just catch from one another. One person starts saying something and it sounds different. Huh? Okay. Hold on, hold on. So, yeah, at the price of a ticket for the match, I was really shocked at the price of a ticket for the match. It was so expensive.
Price. Ticket for the match. The
Ticket
game.
for the match. Ticket
Ticket.
for the
Ticket
match.
for the match.
Price of the ticket.
Price of the ticket. Price of a ticket.
Yeah. Mm. Yuck. Yuck. Mm. Mm.
What did you say? I was really shocking.
Shocked. I was really shocked. 7. The game was absolutely
Thrilling
Absolutely.
from start to finish.
thrilling from
So
start to finish.
Yeah, from start to finish.
My team scored the winning goal in the final seconds. The game was absolutely thrilling from start to finish.
Start to finish.
So, yeah, these are also adjectives. Now, these words, often for elementary learners, are very confusing because they can be noun verbs as well, no? ING verbs, ED verbs. So they find it
Sir,
very
I have
difficult.
yes,
Yes,
sir. I have
Mushfiq.
one question.
Yes.
As I yesterday asked, like this, point number 3, the journey was so tired.
So
I was
the journey was tired. No, the journey cannot be tired. The journey can be
that's
tiring, not tired.
so tiring. Sorry.
Mm.
Actually, there is font is too small. I was I was dash when we finally arrived. So
Mhm.
here can be used ing form of pause, and we can use also ed form.
No, you can't use the ing form. I know why you're thinking like that, because you think it would be the past continuous if I use the ing form. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm. Try it. Say, I was exhausting.
I was exhausting.
Wrong. It will be wrong.
Wrong.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it is wrong.
That's why I said these things are at the intermediate level, because the students at the lower level will not find these words so easy to understand. We introduce the idea. Okay. We introduce the idea with easy words like interesting, boring, surprising, okay, confusing. But remember, I was confused. I was confusing. I was confusing. Let me tell you, most of these words, okay, let's try and learn a little more deeply. Guys, I was shocked, okay?
I
It
was
means,
shocking. This
it
is
means,
wrong.
uh, it will be wrong for two reasons, okay? I was shocked. It means something shocked me. Something shocked me. I was shocked means something shocked me. I was
Something
exhausted.
shocking.
Means something exhausted me.
Yeah.
I was bored. Something bored
Something
me.
boring and bored.
Yes, sir.
I was tired.
I
Something
was
bored you.
tired. Something tired me.
Tired. Tired me. Yep.
Okay, these are verbs. Okay, I was excited. Something excited me.
Excited me.
So every time I said these verbs, they took an object, me. So there was always an object. It means these are those verbs which take an object, right? So I was confusing is grammatically wrong, because if confusing is a verb, then where is the object? You cannot use a verb which always takes an object without an object. For example, I like full stop. It's wrong English. It's bad English. I like full stop is bad English. You must use an object. I like it, I like you, I like whatever. So you need an object. Similarly, here, I was confusing. Now, see, you are confusing me. You are confusing me. I know I'm
Something.
confusing you. I confused them. I was confusing them. You were confusing us. In these sentences, the verb it is a verb confusing, and there is an object. You are confusing us. You were confusing us. You confused me. She confused us. So there is an object, so it is a verb. So I was confusing is not okay. I was exhausting is not okay. So something exhausts you. These are verbs which always take an object. Okay? Disappoint, bore, astonish, relax. Relax yourself. See, I'm not using this verb without an object. Okay? I relaxed myself on the sofa. Okay? Um, I think the offer excited him. Okay? What excites you? Okay. What thrills me is now what thrills me. Notice the way I'm using this verb. There is always an object. What shocked me was his arrogance. What shocked me was his arrogance. So here, shocked me is an object. So shock is a verb which takes an object. So most of these verbs take an object. Okay. And once you start noticing these things, you will never say, I surprised. You surprise somebody. Say, I surprised them with my singing. I surprised them with my performance.
With my
I
performance.
surprised them. So here in this sentence, surprise is a verb. Isn't it easy to notice because of the word order? I
Yes.
surprised them. So I was surprised. This is an adjective. Something surprised me, okay? It means something was surprising. That's why I was surprised. Something was surprising, it means I'm describing that thing. Okay. Her performance was very surprising. It means I wasn't expecting that. This is an adjective. Surprising is an adjective, not a verb. That's why I said these things can be very confusing for elementary level learners because they'll think whether it is a verb, whether it is an adjective, they get in two minds. So whenever you feel confused, feel free to talk to me. So that question was absolutely worth it. Okay, you asked a good question here. The journey was so tiring. I was exhausted when we finally arrived. But past continuous says use subject plus was or were and the V4. So because you guys have all studied grammar and actually you have studied grammar for longer period of time, so that crossed your mind that, oh, maybe I can use a V4 here because I was is already here. Yes, you can, but then use the verb the right way. You cannot use the verb exhausting because it takes an object. I was exhausting who? I was exhausting who? मैं किसको थका रहा था? I was exhausting somebody. जैसे you exhaust me with your questions. मतलब you exhaust me with your questions. आप इतने सवाल पूछते हो मैं थक जाता हूँ. आपके सवाल मुझे थका देते हैं. You exhaust me with your questions. Can you understand this? Exhaust as a verb? तो आपको मेरी बात क्या समझ में आई? What is the takeaway for you guys from here? That if we are using a verb, we should make sure if that verb needs an object. And if it does, then it is essential that we use an object. So I surprised, I confused. It is not correct unless you put an object. I surprised them, I confused them. Now it makes sense. I surprised that he came on time. It is wrong English. I surprised that he came on time or they came on time. Correct it, everybody?
I
I was
was
surprised
surprised
that he
when he
came
came on time.
that he came on time.
I hope you understand, everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Any other question? If not, I would expect you guys to go through the sentences again at home with a calm mind, cool and collected mind, and read, understand the word order. And you can ask me on Wednesday if you have any questions, okay? Let me put this in the group. My favorite things. Listen to Tom talking to Sally about his favorite things. What do you learn about them? Listen to Tom talking to Sally about his favorite things. What do you learn about them? Tom's favorite things. Well, look at this. He is going to talk about what he likes doing. And what are you going to do? Listen. And what do you learn? Okay, so simply listen and talk after that. I'm playing the audio, guys. Basically, you're going to listen and then tell me what you understood. Okay. This is 1.6. 1.6.
1.6. My favorite things.
So, Tom, what's on your list? Griff? That's a strange name. Who's Griff? Why is he important to you?
Well, he's my best mate.
Oh.
He was the very first person I met at secondary school when I was 11. I knew nobody and he knew nobody, so we just fell on each other, became best friends and, well, we still are.
Ah. And Griff's his real name?
No. His name's actually David Griffiths, but there were so many Davids in our class. He was always called Griff. He still is. Everyone calls him that.
I see. So now, your favourite city or town, Where's that?
That's easy. Definitely New York.
Ah.
My grandparents took me and my brother Jack there for 4 days when I was 14 and Jack was 16. It was the best holiday ever for me. We stayed in a hotel overlooking Central Park.
Oh.
We went ice skating and we flew over the city in a helicopter. We saw everything. It was amazing. I'd love to work in New York.
Yeah, I think New York's a favourite for many people. What about a memorable meal? Where was that?
Actually, that was in New York. We went to Michael Jordan's restaurant in Grand Central Station. Have you heard of it?
What, Grand Central? Of course.
No, not the station. The restaurant, Michael Jordan's. I think it's quite famous.
I don't know it. What kind of restaurant is it?
It's a steakhouse. The steak is just the best. And you sit high up. It's so exciting. You can eat and watch all these New Yorkers rushing to catch their trains.
Sounds great. So, finally, do you have a treasured possession?
I'm not sure I do have a treasured possession. Well, there's my iPhone, of course. I certainly couldn't live without that. But other than that, I suppose it's the ship in a bottle that my great-grandpa gave me just before he died. He said it was very special to him, but I'm not sure why. He was too old to explain it clearly.
Aw, that's a shame. Now, do you want to hear about my favourite things?
Yeah.
Guys, it was a long
1.6
audio.
My favorite things.
And expect long audio files.
So, Tom?
Expect long audio files at this level. And every time I will not ask you to write the audio script like you always did. Okay. I will ask you to write audio scripts only sometimes. And mostly I will ask you to listen to the audio and paraphrase what you listened to. Okay. This kind of audio, you can write the audio script for it. But there will be some audio files where the conversation will be unscripted. Okay. And when it is unscripted conversation, then you can't write the audio script. It's going to be very difficult because if you notice, when we are talking in real life, we sometimes change our mind midway of a sentence, okay? And when we have planned our sentences, it is a scripted conversation, then we have mostly full sentences, okay? Because we planned them. So scripted conversation, unscripted conversations, they both have their own importance in helping you learn the language. Okay, when you are at a lower level, you start with scripted conversations because they can cater to your particular, needs at your level, you see. For example, we can write conversations thinking of elementary students in our mind. And maybe we can write conversations for the intermediate learners. So there will be scripted conversations. We'll choose to use words, vocabulary, structures, which will be suitable for the students at the level. Okay. Now, unscripted conversations, they don't care. They don't care about who's listening. Unscripted, it's a real conversation. In the real life, when people talk, they do not talk for elementary learners or intermediate learners. They speak all sorts of sentences. This is one of the reasons why sometimes I have very weak students in my elementary class, and I ask them to just sit there because I do not always talk at the elementary level. Sometimes my sentences are very simple, beginner's level as well. And maybe if you're just paying attention, listening, then you can develop that understanding, from those simple sentences. So here, Tom talked to Sally. You guys listen. How much did you understand? It was a long, long audio file, almost 2 minutes. So I'll play it one more time, and I'll encourage you guys to use your pencil and paper to make notes, okay? Again, you can't write everything while you're listening, but you can write down important words which will help you, talk about what you listen to. Are you ready for that? Fine.
Yes, sir.
I'm playing the audio again. Be ready with the pen and paper or pencil and paper, and write down whatever you think you should write down, because you don't want to have to memorize it, or feel the pressure to memorize it. Okay.
What's on your list? Griff? That's a strange name. Who's Griff? Why is he important to you?
Well, he's my best mate.
Oh.
He was the very first person I met at secondary school when I was 11. I knew nobody and he knew nobody, so we just fell on each other, became best friends, and, well, we still are.
Oh. And Griff's his real name?
No. His name's actually David Griffiths, but there were so many Davids in our class. He was always called Griff. He still is. Everyone calls him that.
I see. So now, your favourite city or town, where's that?
That's easy. Definitely New York.
Ah.
My grandparents took me and my brother Jack there for 4 days when I was 14 and Jack was 16. It was the best holiday ever for me. We stayed in a hotel overlooking Central Park. We went ice skating and we flew over the city in a helicopter. We saw everything. It was amazing. I'd love to work in New York.
Yeah, I think New York's a favourite for many people.
Yep.
What about a memorable meal? Where was that?
Actually, that was in New York. We went to Michael Jordan's restaurant in Grand Central Station. Have you heard of it?
What, Grand Central? Of course.
No, not the station. The restaurant, Michael Jordan's. I think it's quite famous.
I don't know it. What kind of restaurant is it?
It's a steakhouse.
Yeah.
The steak is just the best. And you sit high up. It's so exciting. You can eat and watch all these New Yorkers rushing to catch their trains.
Sounds great. So, finally, do you have a treasured possession?
I'm not sure I do have a treasured possession. Well, there's my iPhone, of course. I certainly couldn't live without that. But other than that, I suppose it's the ship in a bottle that my great-grandpa gave me just before he died. He said it was very special to him, but I'm not sure why. He was too old to explain it clearly.
Aw, that's a shame. Now, do you want to hear about my favourite things?
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm thinking how the ship got inside the bottle, guys.
Sir, in the last, does he say that's the same?
That's a shame. That's a shame. Learn. This is what happens. Students know the words. You have heard the word shame, but the expression "that's a shame" has nothing to do with that word shame, actually. Literal meaning of the word shame. Nothing. And that's why you misunderstand English or any language. It's not like, either you know or you don't know. Sometimes you think you know, right? But you just don't understand whether it makes sense there. So how do you judge? How do you, be confident that what you're thinking is right or not? Well, ask yourself, does it go with the context? Does it go with what is being discussed? Does it fit in your interpretation of a particular phrase or a sentence? Does it fit in? If it doesn't, you're wrong, maybe. And if it does, maybe you're right. So this is how we judge. Okay, a lot of times I have an opinion about a new word I hear in the context. And that happens very often. Okay, English is not my first language. So oftentimes I hear words which I have not heard before. But then what happens? Because I understand the language, I just ask myself, does it mean this? Because this is what they're talking about. So it can't be anything other than this. This must be the meaning of this word or this phrase or this sentence here in this context. And I check and I see, yeah, I'm right here. Okay. Sometimes there are 2-3 different meanings possible. In that kind of situation, it's more difficult. So what a shame. I will not explain what the meaning is straight away. I'll first play the audio so that you understand what the context is and make a guess according to the context on your own. and then I'll tell you whether your guess is right or wrong.
It's I was just confirming, sir, that did she say same? Because I thought maybe earlier I don't know that same is used this way. So I thought maybe she would have said any other word. So that's why I just
Okay,
confirmed.
fine. Now, can you please, Sumit, say same and shame both next, one after another?
Same.
Yeah, same and shame. Right. So it was shame. Yeah, good.
There are
Everybody's
two words.
come again.
I mean, there are two words like same and
One is
same.
same, S-A-M-E, and the other is shame, S-H-A-M-E. Right.
Okay, I didn't know SAME.
You do, and everybody does. Everybody knows the word same, S-A-M-E.
Sir, how is it used? Can you like what?
You are the same age as Simran.
Yeah, I know this one, but how did she use in that context? When
Shame.
It was not same, it was shame.
Shame.
S-H-A-M-E. What she said was, what a shame.
Okay. Now,
Okay, everyone. So, what do we know? Griff. What do you know about Griff? Let's just talk about it a little. What did you hear?
So surname.
Griff,
He is his best mate.
Griff is his best mate. Okay.
His full
he
name
was
is
the
David.
very first person.
Tom's met to Griff when he was in secondary school.
They met each other at secondary school on the very first
And he
day.
was the very first person who became friend with Tom.
Exactly. Griff was Tom's first friend at the secondary
And
school.
when he met him, he was 11 years old.
Absolutely correct.
And
Keep going.
His full name is David Griffith, but all the classmates used to call him as Griff.
And they used to call him Griff. They used
there
to
are
call him Griff.
more than David, sir. There are more than one David. That's why they
There were a
call
lot of
Griff.
Davids in the class. There were a lot of David.
Yeah.
David is such a common first name, right? So because his name was David Griff, and because there were so many Davids, so his name was David Griffiths. Okay.
Griffiths, yeah.
So they just started calling him Griff. Calling him as Griff, nahi Pankri. They started calling him Griff. Okay, beta? They started calling him Griff.
Griff.
No need to use the word as here. I rarely call you Choti. I often call you Pankuri, right? So call somebody something. Next.
His favorite city is New York.
Okay.
He went to New York when he was 14 with his
favorite city is New York.
Brother.
He went there when he was 14.
Was 16 years old.
His brother was 16, right? They had a 4-day holiday there.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
They went there with his grandfather, I guess.
Yes. And was it a
And
4-day
also
holiday?
his brother.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Nobody wrote that piece of information on paper. Okay.
Can you ask again, sir?
Come again, Vishwajit.
What is your question?
Did you write whether, did you notice whether it was a 4-day holiday or something like that? Did he mention that? I remember hearing, it was a 4-day holiday. So they were it was the best holiday for Tom when he was in New York with his brother and his grandpa. Okay. Next. Michael Jordan's restaurant, right? It is his favorite place to eat.
Also, he played ice hockey and fly over the New York in helicopter.
That's good. That's what I'm saying. So while he was in New York,
it was ice skating, I guess.
Simran, you're tense.
Yes,
He goes.
No, no, I didn't say go. I said that I guess it was ice skating.
Okay,
Yeah,
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 it
ice
was.
skating. Yes, ice
Yes.
skating. Yeah.
Ice skating. Okay.
And Michael
So the
Jordan's.
And he would love to work in New York.
Yeah,
It,
that's what he
yeah,
said.
Michael
He
Jordan
loved
is
the
a
city, no?
restaurant.
Yeah, Michael
yeah,
Jordan's
Yes.
is a restaurant. Where is it?
Restaurant. And
New York.
In Grand Central Station.
Right. And when he asked, do you know where? The interviewer thought he was talking about
But
Grand
the
the
Central Station,
station
but
yeah, Grand
basically,
Grand
Central
but he
Central
was
Station.
Station.
asking about Michael Jordan's
restaurant
restaurant. He thought it was
Rest-
quite famous,
Yeah, it
but
is
famous.
a
the interviewer hadn't heard about it. Okay.
And also he visited the New York uh, 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 from a helicopter.
Yeah, very
From
good that you wrote that piece of information too. In on a test like IELTS, they allow you to make notes like this so that you don't have to memorize anything. Look, it's not a test of your memory, it's a test of your English understanding skills,
English
English skills.
language.
So you're allowed to write words, okay? Next, ship in a bottle.
So
sir, it
Michael
was
Jordan is a steakhouse,
Yeah, it is a
and
steakhouse. It is a
it's a
restaurant that serves
steakhouse.
steak, very famous.
And
Best.
and
you
he
sit on high ups and enjoy the view
yeah,
of New York while
Yes,
enjoying your
exactly.
steak.
And when you
a
talked about
steakhouse
sitting high
or a
up and
stay house.
enjoying the view, then suddenly I remember, because I didn't write anything. I remember when Tom was in New York for his holiday, he stayed in a hotel, and that hotel had a view over the Central Park.
Yeah, over the center. It was very far
Okay.
center, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And ship in a bottle.
yes.
Sir, it was given by his grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
His
uh,
grandfather gave him, and he
and it
didn't
was
know the
very
meaning
important
behind that.
to.
He doesn't know the meaning behind that.
Right.
Uh,
Before
it
he was too
is
young to
a
ask that
treasure.
question. Yes,
Yes.
sorry.
And one more thing, sir. It is a treasured
A treasured
things for
possession.
you.
Position.
A treasured
As a
possession. It's a very
possession.
common question. People ask you in
Treasured
interviews.
possessions.
They
Yeah.
ask you in interviews. They ask you anyway. Sometimes in slam books also. What's your most treasured possession?
So do
Most.
you have any?
For me, it would be quite a few things actually. First of all, my treasured possession would be some photographs I have.
Okay.
Okay, I wouldn't like to lose them. And then another thing is a watch my wife gifted me with her first salary, and that has a
Oh.
very big sentimental value. So I wouldn't like to lose that either.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys have any treasured possessions?
Yes, I do. I have a coin, sir. Old coin.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of coins.
Okay. You
From
don't want to lose
19.
them?
Yeah, I kept in Almira, sir. I told.
If you lose a treasured possession is something that you treasure, you don't want to
Yeah.
lose. It's
Yeah.
something, possession is something you have, something you own, and it is treasured. Obviously you don't want to lose it because it has more but it has some sentimental value, not just the monetary value. Okay. Sometimes you lose something, lose your wallet, you lose money, but when you lose a photo, oh, you can be heartbroken. You can be really, really, really sad, upset about it, because that photo was perhaps the last, copy, and somebody who was very close to you, or a special photo of a special occasion. So for various reasons, things can be a treasured possession. Okay. So I'm gonna play.
I have a,
Yes.
perfume bottle and it is empty and still I kept it in
How
my
long have
bag.
you had it?
Uh, in 2021.
Since
Yes,
2021, for 3 years. Okay. A perfume
and it was
bottle.
empty. And I also brought here in where I am.
Wow, that's amazing. It's an empty bottle, guys.
Yeah.
but he has brought that bottle, he's taken that bottle to where he is. He's not home, he is somewhere else. Where are you?
I'm in Dubai, sir.
You are in Dubai now. So he's taken that empty bottle to Dubai. Understand the
Gifted from
sentimental value of
Imran.
that empty bottle. In 2021, he got it from his
Sir, I
grandma,
think I
and
also
No,
have
no,
some.
it was gifted from, it was a gift from, yeah, Imrana, sir.
okay.
She is my best friend, so I,
Yeah,
I was nothing to carry, and I carried that.
nice.
So I was saying that I also have some treasure possessions. I didn't remember it at very first time, but now I remember it. And they are some copies and books of my class fifth and sixth. And but I don't think I am going to save it. I can save it for more longer period because my mom is trying to sell them for a very since very long time, and I am trying to
Hold
save
on
them
to them.
from.
Hold on to them. Hold on to them.
Yeah, but now I think I have to let go all the copies and books. When I open them, I feel special. Like, uh,
They take
I
you
cannot.
You
back in
know,
your
Yeah,
childhood,
yeah,
isn't it? You think about your
yes, sir.
childhood time when you were in class fifth, only a 10, 11-year-old boy, about 10 years ago.
Yes, I used to write a lot of things as well, like in English,
Mm.
and I also realized my English level at that. My brother used to say to write things like what you did in today, what is your good thing. Then when I read those things, I feel good. And also
Well,
in like there are question answer in books, so I used to write on my own and didn't show to anyone. I not occasionally, nobody asked me to, so that's why.
right, right.
and yeah, I have also lots of letter from my first girlfriend, sir.
You
And
still have them.
yeah, and I wanted to, carry that, but somehow I forget, and I don't know what if somebody will
In
read
in
it. And
Dubai, in Dubai, you can go to jail if you have love letters from a girl who is not your wife. Do you know the rule, the
love,
law there?
love. Sir, I'm not going to serve to go Dubai government that she was this is my girlfriend later and this
I
and
was
that.
just kidding
Really,
anyway.
I hate me.
There's no such
But
law.
I'm regretting that why didn't I carry that?
Hmm. Don't worry.
Because of what? Because
Ask
of
your
what?
brothers to
Because
take
I
care of
don't.
them.
Because of what? Because if somebody will read it, what they will talk about me, and they will reveal my girlfriend name. That she
Depends
was
on what is written in there.
lots of things, sir.
That's what I'm
From
saying.
2014,
Yeah. Wow. 10 years
2014,
ago.
first girlfriend.
You were only 14, 15 years old, man.
Yeah.
Must be innocent things.
Lots of things. I was
Lots of
very.
innocent things, because when you are 14, 15, usually you're innocent. For you, love is just like, I saw you there, your finger touched my finger, stuff like
two,
that.
200 and
Okay.
300 later.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Because that time I had phone, but
Hmm.
she didn't have that.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna play the audio again, and this time word for word meaning. Okay, a word by word
1.6
explanation for that. Yeah,
My favorite things.
So, Tom, what's on your list?
easy. Repeat the line.
So
So,
Tom, what's
Tom,
on your
what's
list?
on your list?
So, Simran, what's on your list?
Griff?
Griff?
That's a strange name.
That's a strange name.
That's a strange name.
All right. Intonation is very important, guys. Okay. So, yeah, listen so that you can learn, you can get some habit. Griff? That's a strange name.
Who's Griff?
Who is Griff?
Why
Who
is
is
he
Greg?
important to you?
Why is he important to
Why
you?
is he important to you?
Yeah, my
What
favorite
is
things.
important?
Why is he important to you?
Why is he important to you?
Look, important for is common, But important to means you personally value that thing. So important to you. You value that thing.
Yeah.
That's the difference between important for and important to. So he has mentioned a person's name here. That person must be important to him, right? After all, when you're asked to write your favorite things and you mention the name of a person there, that person must be important to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't mention that person's name on the list of your favorite things. So important to somebody, important for is different. Important for comes from the point of view of survival, things like that. Oxygen is important for us, water is important for us, money is important for us. Okay, we need all these things for survival. But important to something is important to you, it means you value that thing. You value that thing. Okay. Am I important to you means do you value me? Am I important to you? Understand? Okay. So that's what it means. Why is Griff important to you?
Well, he's my best mate.
Oh.
Repeat.
Well,
He's
he's
my
my best
best.
mate.
Well,
He
he
was
is
the
my
very
best
first
mate.
person
He was the very first
He's the
person.
I
was the
met
very
at
first
secondary
person. He
school.
was the very first person
I
Now
met in
see,
the secondary school.
yeah, the very first person. If you remove the word very and say the first person and the very first person, are they any way different or the same? The first person, the very first person.
Very first person.
It's the very first person with more
Emphasis.
enthusiasm. Yeah, emphasis.
Otherwise,
Right.
the meaning remains the same. Okay.
Yeah, the
The
meaning
first
remains the
person
same.
and the very first person are
The very
always the
first
same.
person.
Okay. But the thing is, when you say the very first, then you are emphasizing that first. In Hindi,
Yes,
we
sir.
sometimes say pehla and sometimes we say sabse pehla.
Sabse
Okay.
Yeah,
So what's the difference? Nothing except for the emphasis.
yeah, it depends on personalities,
Mm,
how we talk something about it.
the first thing I want to share with you, the very first thing I want to share with you, what? Again,
The same.
the
Both are
same
the same.
meaning is the same, just there is more emphasis. Emotions are
Yeah,
different with the
emphasis.
very first.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm more excited to share the first thing with you. So I can say I'm
The
the
very
very
first in
The
first.
no,
first
The
thing.
very first.
don't analyze it because I gave you a Hindi equivalent. Once I give you a Hindi equivalent, you don't need any analysis because Hindi is your mother tongue. I said pehla and I said sabse pehla. What's the difference? So that's what it is. Sabse pehla is the very first. Pehla, the first.
First.
Who was your first crush? Okay, and who was your very first crush? She was my very first crush. मतलब I'm just saying उसके पहले कोई नहीं था और इसको emphasize करके कह रहे हैं. There is nothing else, Pankuri. There is nothing more to it. Okay, जब हिंदी इक्विवेलेंट आ जाए फिर तो बचता ही नहीं कुछ एक्सप्लेनेशन के लिए because you have पहला and then you have सबसे पहला. What's the difference? Nothing. Factually, there is no difference. Yes, emotion-wise, there is a difference. That when you say first, the first, you're saying the first. When you're saying the very first, एकदम पहला, सबसे पहला. Okay. So
when I was 11, I knew nobody and he...
See you.
Well, he's my best mate.
Oh.
He was the very first person I met at secondary school.
At the secondary school.
When I was 11.
When I was 11.
When I was 11.
I knew nobody. Well, he's my best mate.
Oh.
He was the very first person I met at secondary school.
At secondary school. Primary school, secondary school, high school, university. Yeah. So he was the very first person I met at secondary school when I was 11.
When I was 11, I knew nobody and he knew nobody.
I knew nobody and he knew nobody.
And he knew nobody.
All right.
So we just fell on each other.
We just fell on each other.
So we just fell on each other.
Fell on each other.
Fell on each other.
Some people will say, sir, what does fell on means? I'll say, look at the context.
Fellow.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to go in the past and recall what they learned about, fall on. I want them to stay in the present, the context, and analyze and come to a conclusion. So there is a child, 11-year-old child. He is at secondary school. He knows nobody there. And there is another child at secondary school. He knows nobody either. Everybody else knows somebody. They have friends, right? Vishwajit, I muted you because your mic was creating some noise, okay? So unmute yourself when you want to speak, all right? So, yeah, could you guys could also hear that noise, right?
Yeah.
Seems like cricket sound, sir.
Yeah, exactly. That noise, that was pretty irritating. Okay. It was like, cricket at night. Okay. What was I talking about, people?
Fell on.
Okay. So there is this child, 11-year-old child. He knows nobody at school. There is another child. And because they knew nobody, both of them, they fell on each other. Now, what does it mean? They
Dono
start,
dono.
They go together.
yeah, exactly. You know the situation, right? So you get the feeling of the phrase fell on. Now, imagine this. Roti and aloo ki bhujia. If I bring it in front of you, are you going to be very excited and eat with a lot of excitement normally?
No, sir.
Nah.
No.
Imagine you have been hungry for 2 days.
Yeah.
And then I bring the same roti and bhujia for you. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to fall on that roti and bhujia. Now you're going to?
Fall on that roti and
Fall
bhujia.
on.
So, will you appreciate that roti and bhujia and eat with a lot of excitement like it is something really good? Or will you just eat that way? I'm eating something that I don't like. So they welcomed each other, right? They appreciated each other because there was nobody else they knew. And these two, both the guys were singing. I mean, in one way, they were all strangers. But the problem is others had friends. So they were busy. But this guy, Griffey, he didn't have any friends. So he was also quiet, sitting alone, not talking to anybody, because it's very common for kids. Not a lot of kids are very
So
extroverted.
I and Simran, that's how we become friends. We fell on each other.
Where did you guys meet?
We have never studied together in our whole school life. It's like whenever like our route of like from school to home is same. So we used to come, and I was all alone by myself. She was all alone, and that's how we fell on each other and
we had one
became
more
friends.
person from Korea. How can you forget?
It wasn't me. It was you.
No,
So
no,
yeah,
we
that's
had
how
these two
we.
in common. Yes.
There was a third person, Simran is saying. I want to know who that
Yeah,
third
but
person was,
she was
Simran.
not really my friend. It's just
Then
that we
after some
used
time
to
we
talk.
became friends because she left us in the middle way and we have to continue further. So we became more best friend.
So what I understood from both of you is Pankuri used to walk home alone from school, and so did you, Simran, and
Yes.
the rest of them, your friends, other people, they had somebody to talk to when they were walking home. You guys had nobody to talk to. This is what Pankuri implied, okay? This is what I understood. If this is not what
She
you meant,
forget something.
if this is not what you meant, Pankuri, then you
Sir,
gave us
this is what I meant. No, this is what I meant. Actually, she is mentioning the other girl that is our common friend, but we both not really used to talk to her, but she was our common friend. So
But
because
you
of
used
her,
to walk with her.
we got to know each other. Like I got to know Simran because of her. So
But she is saying that you used to walk with her, not talk with her, but walk with her.
No, not really. She wasn't my friend.
Okay. For a second,
Was not.
let's change the characters' names, Pankri and Simran. Imagine a girl walking home alone from school, guys. Okay, and there is another girl walking home from school, and she's also alone. The rest of the people, the other boys and girls, they all have somebody to talk to on their way home. And these two guys are going down the same road, going down the same path, but they do not have any conversation. Okay, 1 day, 2 days, they notice that, and then they think, why not? And they start talking to each other. So they fall on each other. So here, fall on, I hope you understood the meaning, the idea. It's a phrasal verb, of course. So somebody falls. I said roti and bhujia is not something that can excite you a lot. But again, if you have been really hungry for, let's say, 5-6 hours or maybe a day or two, and then somebody serves you roti bhujia, you will eat it as if you have the best, the most delicious food in the world, isn't it? So you'll fall on it. You'll fall on it. Okay. Okay. What Hindi will you use here when I'm talking about roti and bhujia? You will fall on it.
टूट पड़ते हैं
so lovely. कैसे आया दिमाग में? सोचो, मेरे दिमाग में वही चल रहा है, तुम्हारे भी वही चल रहा है, क्योंकि ये हिंदी में वही कॉन्टेक्स्ट है. हिंदी में यही कॉन्टेक्स्ट है. ये हिंदी में ऐसे सिचुएशन पर कहते हैं वो टूट पड़ा खाने पे, राइट? तो टूट पड़ा मतलब उसको अच्छे से खाया, अप्रिशिएट करते हुए खाया, कि एकदम वैसे जैसे तैसे, लाइक fussy eater does with his food. One bite now, another bite half an hour later. So no, not that way. टूट पड़ा. So yeah, that was the phrase. अब आप सोचिए, टूट पड़ा किसने बोला? उसने कहा ब्रेक वगैरह कर लिया, तो वो कितना कचरा हो जाएगा यार. तो हमें कोई हिंदी याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. If we appreciate, we take time. ये important है. We take time, appreciate the phrase, the word, the vocabulary item in the context. It doesn't have to be a phrasal verb. Anything, adjective, noun, anything. We will come to the Hindi equivalent, Hindi translation, without really, the teacher telling us. Let's continue.
Became best friends, and well, we still are.
We became best friends, and well,
we
still are.
Still are.
A lot of times the students say, "Sir, अभी भी हैं, क्या कैसे बोलेंगे?" अरे कैसे बोलेंगे? क्या ऐड कर दो. We became best friends, and we are still best friends.
Aww. And Griff's his real name?
And Griff's is his real name?
No, his name's actually David Griffiths.
His name is actually David Griffiths.
But there were so many Davids in our class.
But there were so many Davids in our class. There were so many?
David or...
No, not David. Not David.
Davids.
There were so many Davids in our class. Because plural करना होगा ना?
Yeah.
There were so many Davids in our class.
Davids in our class.
He was all...
अच्छा, ऐसे इसको plural कैसे लिखते हैं दोस्तों? ये तो
with apostrophes.
Exactly. Normal, plural is not written with an apostrophe s. Pen, pens. Girl, girls. But when you make a proper noun a plural, then you have to use apostrophe s. Davids. There were a lot of Davids.
Always called Griff. He still is. His name's actually David Griffiths, but there were so many Davids in our class. He was always called Griff.
He was always called Griff.
He still...
He was always called. He was always called. Notice. He was always called Griff. He still is. He still is.
He still is.
He still is what?
People
He's always still calling
called. He is still called Griff. We still call him Griff.
He still called it.
और शॉर्ट में कैसे बोला? He still is. So I'm gonna share the audio. सुनना है आपको, of course. ये काम आपका है. No role of the teacher. Explanation is my responsibility. After the explanation, if you don't listen to it, it's all gonna disappear from your mind in a day or two maximum. So please listen.
Everyone calls him that.
I see. So
there were so many Davids in our class. He was always called Griff. He still is. Everyone calls him that.
I see. So now, your favourite city or town, where's that?
Now your favorite city or town. Where's that?
That's easy.
That's easy. That's
easy.
easy.
That's
And
easy.
that's easy
easy.
means that now tell me, Vishwajit, what does he mean when he says that's easy?
That's easy.
Yeah, he says that's easy.
Uh, that's easy means easy.
हाँ, तो वो क्या कह रहा है? नहीं कर, जैसे आप कोई बात कहते हैं तो क्या नहीं कहते हैं, ये समझना है। व्हाट डू यू मीन? उसने क्यों कहा दैट्स इजी? क्यों उसने नाम क्यों नहीं बताया? दैट्स इजी कह के क्या कहना चाह रहा था? ओके, विश्वजीत, which is your favorite film, विश्वजीत?
My favorite film. Sir, I not remember.
अब बोलो दैट्स इजी, अब बोलो दैट्स
don't
इजी,
That's
अब बोलो
easy.
दैट्स इजी, बोलोगे
That's
दैट्स इजी?
easy. That's
No.
easy.
नहीं बोलना चाहिए आपको दैट्स इजी, because you are unable to recall, decide which your favorite film is.
That's
For him, it
easy.
was an easy decision. Okay,
Yeah.
making
It
these
was easy
decisions
to
sometimes
tell.
can be very tricky. So he's saying this decision is not difficult for me. If I ask you, Vishwajit, which is your favorite city? Okay,
Yes,
which
sir.
is your favorite city or town? Okay, maybe you will decide it like this, or maybe you'll,
Quickly. Yes, sir.
so now what he meant when he said that's easy, I can decide like this.
Quickly.
Yeah, that's easy. Means this decision about my favorite town or city is not difficult. I can quickly choose. Like
Quickly,
I
sir.
asked you, which is your favorite song? You said, sir. It means this is not an easy decision. That's not easy.
Yes,
That's
sir.
not easy. You can say, that's not easy.
That's not easy.
मतलब आप नहीं चुन सकते your favorite song.
Yes, sir.
Anybody? Do you know your favorite song, guys?
No, that's quite difficult
Yes.
for me.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
easy.
sir. I know.
Yep,
I
go ahead.
have
Tell me.
quite
It
too
is
many.
Dildara, sir, from My Name is Khan.
But before that movie came, which was your favorite song then?
Chaya Chaya.
Arey yaar, Shah Rukh
Yeah,
Khan
same,
fan
sir.
here. We have one. Okay, lovely.
And now, sir, Dhum Taranna, sir, Om Shanti Om.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't think you have much good taste in music. You just like that actor. Because I'm pretty
No.
sure there are lots of lovelier songs, much, much better songs out there. But you
Yeah.
chose three, Dildara, Chaiya Chaiya, and Om Shanti Om. My goodness.
I love the music, sir.
You
The
do?
music, yeah, it makes me feel like let's start join the dance class. And one
Okay.
day I will,
You like upbeat music? Upbeat.
yeah,
Okay.
upbeat music.
When
Okay.
someone asks me of my favorite song, I still it just that song came in my mind automatically.
So you have a favorite song, and it's an easy decision for you, Shahid.
Yes.
For some people, it's not. So when he said that's easy,
It's easy.
मैं क्या पूछ रहा था कि what does he mean when he says that's easy? तो आपको बोलना चाहिए था when he says that's easy, he wants to say that for some people it may be a difficult decision to make when you ask
Yeah.
them about their favorite city or town. But for this guy, it's not a difficult decision. That's simple. For him, it's very easy. Okay, that's easy.
Easy.
Okay.
Definitely New York.
Definitely New York.
Definitely New York.
My
Yes,
grandparents
sir. That
took me and
that is why we are definitely.
Yes, exactly. Now you see the use of definitely there. No doubt
Yes.
about it. Okay.
my brother Jack there for definitely New York. My grandparents took me
Grandparents, not only grandfather, grandparents. Okay.
and my brother Jack there for 4
Grandparents.
days when I
For 4 days.
For
Did you
4
notice
days.
that? For 4
I was
days.
14
days.
and Jack was 16.
When I was 14 and Jack was
When I was
16.
Jack was
14
It
and
was
Jack
the
was
best
16.
holiday ever for me.
It was
It
the best
was
holiday
the
for
best
ever
holiday
for him.
ever for me.
It was the best holiday ever. It was the best holiday ever for him.
Ever for
Ever
me.
for me.
Mm.
We stayed in a hotel
We stayed in a hotel
Now, some more information. We stayed in a hotel
overlooking Central Park.
overlooking Central
overlooking
Park.
Central
Overlooking
Park.
Central Park.
Okay, overlooking Central Park. ये बड़ा मुश्किल है, किसी जगह के पहले द लगाना है नहीं लगाना, इट्स सो कंफ्यूजिंग। ओके, बकिंगहम पैलेस में द नहीं लगाते, सेंट्रल पार्क में द नहीं लगाते, लेकिन कुछ जगहों पे लगा लेंगे, ठीक है। जैसे द ताजमहल बोलोगे आप, राइट। तो ये इंग्लिश का जो रैंडम रूल है, इसका कोई रूल नहीं है एक्चुअली, तो आपको हमेशा ध्यान रखना पड़ता है। ओके,
Yes.
दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, इसके लिए कोई रूल्स नहीं है, फिर से बताऊंगा। आप द ताजमहल बोलेंगे, राइट, बट आप बकिंगहम पैलेस बोलेंगे। आप क्या बोलेंगे? सेंट्रल पार्क, यू विल नॉट से द सेंट्रल पार्क, हालांकि मैंने बोला था पहले द सेंट्रल पार्क। सो क्या करना है आर्टिकल्स में, आई टोल्ड यू देर विल बी समटाइम्स स्लिप ऑफ टंग, ओके, देर विल बी समटाइम मिस्टेक लाइक दिस, बट अगेन ये वाली मिस्टेक मीनिंग नहीं चेंज करते। इज दैट क्लियर? It will not
Yes,
Yeah,
confuse your listener.
even to the person who doesn't know about Taj Mahal, we say the Taj Mahal.
हाँ बेटा, वो बिल्डिंग के पहले द ताजमहल बोलना होता है, द ताजमहल, ओके,
Okay,
लाइक
okay.
दैट। लेकिन फिर बोलता, अगर किसी ने द ताजमहल की जगह कहा ताजमहल इज वन ऑफ द 8 वंडर्स, ओके, तो वो ग्रामेटिकली मे बी रॉन्ग, ओके, इफ देयर इज अ ग्रामर टेस्ट ऑफ कोर्स यू विल नॉट गेट द मार्क्स फॉर इट, बट people will not have any problem understanding him. इसका मीनिंग से कोई मतलब नहीं बनता। I hope you understand.
We went ice skating and
we went ice skating
and we flew over the city and
flew over the city.
And we flew over the city.
Okay.
Over the city.
And what kind of hotel it was? Overlooking Central Park. The hotel overlooked. अब मैं कहूँगा the hotel, तो अब मैं overlooking नहीं बोलूँगा, समझ रहे हो ना? अब मैं कहूँगा the hotel overlooked Central Park.
Central Park.
Okay.
Central Park.
It means the, okay, it means what? Let me try and explain this overlooking idea, the idea of overlooking. Let's see. ये क्या हुआ? Huh? Okay, just a second. Share, document, whiteboard, share. Do you want to continue? Yes. Earlier this one? No. Whiteboards, new. Okay, plus. So, sorry. कोई नहीं पिएगा बेटा, वापस कर दो, गंदा है। Okay, so this was the hotel and Central Park. So now the hotel overlooks
Central Park.
Central Park. It means here could be, okay, imagine a holiday, staying in a hotel overlooking the sea or the beach. Do you understand now? This will be the hotel and here will be the beach. It means from the window, you can see the beach, you can see the sea. That's the point, overlooking. Clear? Understood? 100% overlooking?
Yeah.
And वो arrangement ऐसा था कि वहाँ overlooking आया. कैसा flow चल रहा था? We stayed in a hotel overlooking Central Park. Now, we stayed in a hotel, full stop.
मैंने ना वो ले लिया, क्या कहते हैं,
We stayed in a hotel, full stop. आगे क्या बोलेंगे? It overlooked Central Park.
It overlooked
Central Park. Two different sentences. Bring them back together. What was the sentence? We stayed in a hotel overlooking Central Park.
a helicopter. We saw everything. It was amazing. I'd love to work in New York.
Yeah, I think New York's a favourite for many people.
I think New York is a favorite for many people.
For many people.
New York is a favorite. Now, what is the part of a speech of favorite in this sentence? New York is a
Noun.
favorite.
Now.
Noun.
Very good, very good, very good.
What about...
It was amazing. I'd love to work in New York.
Yeah, I think New York's a favourite for many people. What about a memorable meal? Where was that?
What about a memorable
What about a
meal?
memorable meal?
meal?
Where was that?
Where's that?
Actually, that was in New York.
Actually, that was in New York. वो भी New York में ही था.
We went to Michael Jordan's restaurant
We went to Michael Jordan's restaurant
in Grand Central Station.
at Grand Central Station.
Grand Central? Of course.
No, not the station. Went to Michael Jordan's restaurant in Grand Central Station. Have you heard of it?
In Grand Central Station. It means if I say at, it could be inside, it could be outside in that area. But in Grand Central Station, it has to be inside.
Inside.
What, Grand Central? Of course.
No, not the station.
Do you know that? What? Grand Central Station? Of course. No, not that. No, not asking whether you know Grand Central Station. Everybody knows Grand Central Station.
The restaurant.
The restaurant. Do you know the restaurant?
Michael Jordan's. I think it's quite famous.
I think it's quite famous.
I don't know it.
I don't know it, no.
What kind of restaurant is it?
What kind of restaurant is it?
Steakhouse.
It's a steakhouse. In one of the classes, I think we talked about steak, maybe in the morning class yesterday. The steak is a very controversial dish, guys.
The steak is just the...
It's not controversial because it is made with cow's meat, because they don't care. Cow is not sacred for people in the West. But they consider it, controversial because some people are against the cruelty a cow goes through to produce the meat that is suitable for steak. They need a very tender meat, and tender meat is not possible if you give the good food and healthy, enough food to the cow, because the cow will grow, become big, and the meat will not be tender. So the cows are kept hungry, they are kept standing so that their body will remain lean and the meat will be tender. And some people are against this cruelty.
Best. And you sit high up.
And you sit high up. It means it is not on the ground floor, right, everybody? You sit high up.
It's so exciting. You can eat and watch all these New Yorkers rushing to catch...
You can eat and watch all these New Yorkers rushing
their trains.
To catch their trains.
Just the best. And you see famous.
I don't know it. What kind of restaurant is it?
It's a steakhouse. The steak is just the best. And you sit high up. It's so exciting. You can eat and watch all these New Yorkers rushing to catch their trains.
Rushing to catch their trains. Rushing to? You can sit, eat and watch. You can sit and watch or eat and watch all these New Yorkers rushing to catch their trains. Rushing in to catch their trains. Rush means to move fast, to move in a hurry. Rush, okay? When you rush, then you move fast. Not only move, you can... Okay, you're writing your answers and the teacher says, do it quickly, do it quickly. Then you can say, sir, please don't rush me. Please don't rush us. It means allow us time, okay? Suppose somebody was doing something, maybe, repairing a shirt or something, and they made a mess of it, okay? And when you asked for an explanation, they said, oh, that person was rushing me, so I just... Okay, somebody was rushing me. It means they were saying, do it quickly, do it quickly. So I don't rush my students, never. I allow them time to learn at their own pace. It's not my style to rush them. Sometimes they become over complacent, over relaxed about it. Like, oh, fine, the teacher will say nothing. In that kind of situation, I have to criticize them a little bit. Otherwise, I allow people enough time to get comfortable and, find their style of learning.
Sounds great. So, finally, do you have a treasured possession?
Finally, do you have a treasured possession? How do you spell treasured?
That's what I
T-R-E-
Treasured.
treasured, okay?
Treasured.
Treasured, treasured
Cured and trade.
possession. Okay. A father says, my children are my treasured possession. That's okay. I hope you understand what he means by that, right? Again, dictionary definition of a word and in real life, the way language is used. Sometimes there is a huge difference. And if you do not have a practical sense, okay, you will say, why did he use it that way?
I'm not sure I do have a treasured possession.
I'm not sure I do have a treasured possession. I'm not sure I do have a treasured possession. हमको तो नहीं लगता कि है मेरे पास. I'm not sure I do have a treasured possession.
Well, there's my iPhone, of course.
Well, there is my iPhone. iPhone is very expensive, so
I certainly couldn't live without that.
I certainly couldn't live without that. Couldn't he is using in a hypothetical way. He has the phone. So the question of living without it is a hypothetical situation, right? So he said, I couldn't live without it. कुछ लोग को लगेगा यहाँ can't होना चाहिए ग्रामर की समझ. देखो एलिमेंट्री लेवल पे ग्रामर सीख के इंग्लिश को जज करने जाओगे राइट और रॉन्ग हमेशा राइट इंग्लिश will look like wrong English. Remember that. Please understand this point. The students hate those sentences in the exam which have no errors. They don't mind a sentence with multiple errors, but they hate a sentence which has no errors because they see errors everywhere if it doesn't have an error. They see so many errors. Why?
And
Because
there are options for no any error.
No error, right? Talk to people, okay? Ask them, what kind of sentences do you find most difficult? This is the sentences with no error because they confuse us. If there is an error, somehow you will notice it that, yeah, this is what is wrong. But if you do not see anything wrong, then sometimes you start assuming there are mistakes here and there, okay? For example, this one. What was that? My iPhone. I certainly couldn't live without that. Couldn't live without that. अब वो couldn't live without that क्या बोल रहा है? So couldn't he is using as an hypothetical thing, that if I had to, okay, type of. So he's imagining a situation where he doesn't have his phone.
Sure, I do have a treasured possession. Well, there's my iPhone, of course. I certainly couldn't live without that. But other than that...
समझ में आया वहाँ couldn't क्यों है?
Yes.
Okay. वो error नहीं है. Couldn't is not an error.
Yes.
I suppose it's the ship in a bottle that my great-grandpa gave me just before he died.
I think it is the ship in the bottle my grandpa gave me just before he died. Before he died.
But other than that, I suppose...
Other than that. Nice expression. Other than that. उसके अलावे. Other than that. Very colloquial. इसमें कोई idiomatic expression नहीं. Other than that. उसके अलावे, right? उसको छोड़ के. Other than that.
I suppose it's the ship in a bottle that my great-grandpa gave...
Great-grandpa gave him, not grandpa. His great-grandpa gave
me
him.
Just before he died.
Just before he died.
He said it was very special to him.
He said it was very special to him. फिर से देखना too. It was very special to him. He valued it, okay? It was very special to him. It was very important to him.
I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure why.
Old to explain it.
He was too old to explain it. He was too old to explain. Great-grandpa was too old to explain why it was special to him. And that's why the woman says, the interviewer says, oh, what a shame.
Clearly.
No. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, that's a shame. So S-H-A-M-E. We use that's a shame in those situations where we show sympathy, okay? Something bad happens, but you don't think that thing should have happened. So you say, oh, that's a shame. For example, we are having a party, and we want all of you to be here. And if one person says, I can't be because I have got an exam the same day, then we will all say, oh, that's a shame. And what does it show? That we all wanted you here, and we are going to be sad that you are not here. We are not happy about it. Okay. Oh, that's a shame. Got it? So
Yes.
whenever there is a situation where you think that this is not how it should be, okay, your sympathy is for that situation with some people there, you'll say, that's a shame. Okay. For example, a girl is complaining, you know what? My papa doesn't really trust me. He doesn't give me any freedom even to go to school, college, you know. He's so doubtful. He's so suspicious. Oh, that's a shame. Now, your sympathy is for the girl that this is not how she should be living, right? Her father should trust her like that. Yeah, go on. Any questions you guys were asking?
And sir, if someone say that I was ashamed, like,
Okay, ashamed is different, huh? Ashamed is different.
Sir, I got confused because of we use same in a way like
Sharm,
shame on you.
shameless.
Yeah.
The word shameless is very common word, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And
That's
we
why I
know
was
that the
thought.
literal meaning of shame.
and then sir, whatever you explained right now, the spelling of that one, what's the spelling?
Sorry, Sunita, I couldn't understand you. Could you say it one more time, or maybe on camera?
Okay.
Hmm.
So you said word was same. That's it.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Hmm. Sunita is so busy, you know. She wants to, you know, focus on the class, but she always has somebody visiting her because she's at her shop. You know, she can't really give all her attention to the class. That's a shame. That's a shame. Now,
Same.
what does it mean? I'm saying that this is not how it should be, but I'm not criticizing her when I'm saying that's a shame. Okay, I'm not criticizing her. I'm showing my sympathy for her that, oh, this is not how it should be. You should have freedom. You should have full freedom and time to focus on this class. Okay, so that's a shame. You can use this very frequently, you know, whenever you say, oh, this is not how
Yes.
it should be. In Hindi, you know what is the Hindi of that's a shame? You'll find it funny, but I'll tell you the Hindi of this. That's a shame. Ah, okay. This is what we do. This is what we react like.
Actually.
Ah, अरे 2 marks से छूट गया मेरा. Ah,
Ja.
yeah, yeah, Pankudi, right. Ah, ja sab. Ah, ja. That's a shame. Okay. So, Zafri, it's a Sunday. Won't you go out and, you know, spend some time with your friends? No, sir, I'm too busy. There are lots of customers at the shop, and I'm
Especially on
tired, but I
Sundays.
can't go. I want to go, but I can't go. आप क्या कह देंगे? Oh, that's a shame.
That's a shame.
But,
Sir, I can
yeah.
also use what a pity.
Yes, Zafri, very nice. I'm glad that somebody used that phrase. What a pity, okay? What a pity, and that's a shame. What a shame. These are interchangeable, okay? Absolutely, Zafri, correct. So, I'm glad that we managed to continue our class despite the absence of some regular students. However, couple of students are in the group, but they were here on the only the first day, I think, and never again. So I knew this would happen actually, you know.
Sorry to say, but I don't think that I will be able to join.
Yes,
Because
I knew. That's why there was this.
if I, then I will.
Where is this
If I'll
guy?
get
You
tired.
know, Varun is not here. Varun was supposed to be here. Okay, he was offering me money, but I said, wait, Varun, wait, you know, for the intermediate class, you know. I said, now wait for a few days,
A
wait for a few
question
more
in my
classes.
mind: how much we have to pay for that? You didn't tell us.
A small amount of money, maybe 300 rupees a month, 250 rupees a month, something like that.
Just
Yep. Not a lot of money, because I don't want you guys to feel like you're again, I want to go at my own pace, guys. So that's why I'm keeping it simple, okay? Again, I'm not
We
teaching the
have to
intermediate
pay
class
in a
for
month.
mainly for money.
300 in a month.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then.
Shahid, you're not gonna continue, and you're the one who made this group.
No, I didn't say that. If I get time, I'll be here, and I love to be here.
Yeah. Okay, so
But in just 15 days in a month, I have to manage that,
mhm. I'm
because
Yes,
I'm
sharing the
going
that.
to
audio
start
file with
from
you all.
tomorrow.
So please spend time listening.
Mm.
The previous audio files are all in the group, guys.
No, sir.
No, sir.
This
You
group is
haven't
made
shared
because of
any.
Pankri, He just made a group,
Because
make a
of
group,
me.
make And also that Aditya is not here, right? And Rizvi is also not here.
Aditya?
What is it? Abhishek? What is it?
Abhishek never joined after the
Abhishek,
first
his
day.
name is.
Abhishek was
Yeah.
here on the first day only. He didn't come
I'm
again.
going. I'm going to text him.
Yeah, I know. Listen, that's the thing. सबसे बड़ी problem क्या है ना कि मुझे लगता है उसको मेरा feedback पसंद नहीं आया because I told him he was struggling big time. Problem ये है कि जब तक आप अपने reality पे नहीं आओगे वहां से आप नहीं कर सकते ऐसा है. He should be attending the pre-intermediate classes as well. I don't know why he doesn't. He has real problems, okay?
He was. I don't know. He's doing job now, so
So
Yeah,
still,
he is doing job. He is doing a
he can
job.
watch the recordings. Listen,
yeah,
if you
okay.
realize you really need it, because you're gonna regret it later. If he wants his
Exactly.
job in an English-speaking
I
country or abroad, the English he speaks may not be enough.
yeah.
He
So
said
I
that
watched two
he's gonna
recordings
need
Sunday and
English for
Wednesday.
his job. So yeah.
As a guardian, I know where you will have regrets later. So I keep warning you about those things. Sometimes that's my problem. People don't
You are the
appreciate it.
fairy godfather of every student.
I have to play the role that I have been given, the responsibility I've been given. I
What
can't
you have
really say,
played
"Ha,
till
theek hai,
now,
sab sahi,"
no,
all the time. No.
what you have played till now, it's working. And I
Thank
have
you.
to thank to you
Thank you.
every
Thank you.
single time when I speak English to other. Okay.
Yeah, same
Thank you.
here.
Thank you, Afridi. Work hard and grow. Keep growing. Guys, so I think we should wrap up now. And,
Yes, sir.
usually I teach an hour and 30 minutes, but this class is 2 hours long. And I managed to, I am minutes less than 2
On
hours.
Sunday, I'll be able to join, but I'm
Sure.
not sure about Wednesday night.
But the recording will be available, okay?
Yeah, I'll watch.
Yep. Okay,
Every
people?
I'll
Sunday
watch
you
and if
conduct the class.
This class, yeah, 3 o'clock, yeah.
That's great.
Okay, then. I'll see
because
you.
in that company where I'm working, they don't have on sometimes Sundays, Saturday. Akib is also here, so I have to ask it to my.
Akib is with you.
He is not with me, but where I'm working, he is also working there.
Oh,
Where I'll work.
lovely. Okay, nice. Okay, then, guys, go enjoy your Sunday evening. I'm going to finish the movie I was watching. Auron mein kahan dam tha. Left it in the middle for the.
I hope I'll visit Dubai Mall today. I hope.
Great.
Go,
Bye-bye,
sir, enjoy
everyone.
your movie.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Yeah,
sir.
bye-bye. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Nice.
sir.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.